Let me ask you something that might sting a little. When a younger woman looks at you, what do you think she sees? Do you think she only notices the wrinkles, the slower walk, or the gray in your beard? Most men over 60 believe that age has turned them invisible, that they've somehow aged out of being noticed, that confidence and attraction belong only to the young. But the truth is, younger women do notice older men, and not for the reasons you might think. They notice something instantly, something that either earns their respect or quietly loses it. It's not your looks, money, or status. It's your energy, not the loud kind that shouts for attention, but the calm, grounded energy of a man who's lived, who no longer chases validation because he's already faced life head on. Not every older man carries that energy. Some lose it along the way. They let routine shrink their spirit. They let the world convince them that aging means fading. That's when younger women stop noticing, not because these men are old, but because they've stopped being alive in their presence. Maybe you felt it yourself, that sense of disconnection when you walk into a room and your spark feels dim. You see men your age who still seem magnetic, and you wonder what they have that you've lost. It's not youth. It's presence, that rare energy that can't be bought, faked, or surgically restored. Presence is what makes people, not just women, respond to you differently. Younger women notice when a man walks in at peace with himself. While younger guys are loud and restless, trying to prove something, a grounded man who moves calmly, who's unhurried and centered, commands quiet attention. It's not about being withdrawn, it's about being fully present. When you make eye contact, when you listen deeply, when your silence carries strength instead of insecurity, people feel it. That's the energy that turns heads without you saying a word. Attraction doesn't start with looks. It starts with energy. You've met people who weren't your type but had something magnetic about them. That's energy. For older men, it becomes even more important because your face tells your story. Every line and scar is a map of where you've been. But when your energy doesn't match your story, when your eyes look tired and your posture says, "I've given up," people sense that heaviness. The solution isn't Botox or designer clothes, it's vitality. Move your body, feed your mind. Do one thing daily that makes you feel alive. Energy doesn't age. It fades only when you stop feeding it. Younger women also feel the difference between being seen and being sought for validation. Too many older men interact with them from a place of ego, trying to prove they still got it. But the rare man who looks at a woman without needing anything from her, who sees her as a person rather than a prize, stands apart. That's real confidence, not performance, but peace. When your presence comes from security, not fear, she feels respected, not pursued. And that respect creates curiosity. They also notice how you treat the world, not just them. The way you speak to the waiter, handle frustration, or respond to people who offer you nothing in return says everything about your emotional maturity. Younger women often see older men as reflections of who they could trust or learn from. Patience and kindness show depth. Bitterness and entitlement show defeat. Maturity isn't about being hard, it's about staying soft in strength, grounded but open. Age should make you deeper, not colder. Another thing they notice is your relationship with time. Younger men rush through everything, desperate to prove themselves. A grounded man knows how to slow down. He savors experiences, listens before reacting, and understands that peace isn't found in chasing moments, but in living them. When you stop competing with time, you begin walking with it, and that quiet patience becomes power. Nothing says confidence like a man who isn't in a hurry, but the spark that truly draws people in, that even younger women feel immediately, is your fire for life. Too many men after 60 let their purpose fade. They talk about what used to be instead of what could still be. Yet passion, no matter how small, keeps you magnetic. Whether it's travel, art, mentoring, or rebuilding something new, that sense of direction radiates through you. Your fire is your youth, not your skin, not your age. The moment you start living again, people start noticing you again. I remember talking to a man in his late 70s who told me, "When you get older, you don't lose attraction. You just lose your willingness to show it." Everywhere he went, people noticed him not because of wealth or looks, but because of warmth. He smiled easily, spoke calmly, and carried himself like he belonged. "Most men my age walk like they're apologizing for existing," he said. "I decided I'd never do that. That's what being alive looks like, not pretending to be young, but refusing to be invisible. You're not done. You're still becoming." And the world can feel when a man is at peace with himself and still curious about life. Confidence at 60 isn't about trying to hide your age. It's about being comfortable in your own skin. When you walk, speak, and laugh with ease, people relax around you. Comfort is contagious. It's the quiet confidence that makes everyone else feel safe. You don't have to pretend, you just have to own who you are. That's what real charm is, not performance, but peace. And finally, attraction isn't logic, it's emotion. People remember how you make them feel. Do they feel safe, seen, or inspired around you? If your energy carries bitterness or self-pity, they'll feel it. But when your presence radiates warmth, direction, and calm, they'll never forget you. That's emotional intelligence, the most powerful form of attraction there is. Respect, too, is something you command through standards. One of the fastest ways to lose it is by settling for attention, disrespect, or anything that undermines your worth. Your boundaries are what make you magnetic. Be kind but firm, open, but not desperate. When you carry yourself with self-respect, people of all ages feel it. You're not defined by your years, but by your energy, the message you send that says, I've lived, I've learned, and I know my worth. So here's the truth: the first thing younger women notice about mature men isn't the gray hair, the car, or the watch. It's presence, that quiet mix of peace, purpose, and grounded strength that says, I know who I am. They notice your stillness, your vitality, your fire, and your grace. Aging doesn't make you less magnetic. Disconnection does. When you carry gratitude, curiosity, and calm confidence, people can't help but be drawn to you. So don't fade. Don't shrink. You've earned your presence, now own it. You don't age out of being magnetic. You only age out of forgetting who you are.